Greetings from Laramie, Wyoming. It's 2-3 SIU paying a visit to the 3-2 Wyoming Cowboys. Welcome to the Banterra Bank pregame show. Banterra Bank providing Saluki fans with all their banking needs. Alongside Thad Jackson, I'm Darren Kennard. We are at the Arena Auditorium. They call it the Dome of Doom around here. 47-6 for Wyoming over the last 8 years, but SIU owns one of those 6 wins.
Yeah, 6 wins in those last couple of years, and Southern walked in here in 2003 and came away with a 67-62 over these Cowboys, and they lost an overtime game in one of their early season tournaments, so it can be done.
Also, one of the reasons SIU has been so successful over the past few years, 50-30 away from the arena, but just 1-3 this season.
Yeah, but it's been a tough season to start with, and Coach said he wanted to challenge his players with some early road games. It's number 5 in a row on the road for Southern. Tough place to play up in Anchorage. They went 1-2, and they followed that up with a loss at SLU, and now another tough place to play here in Laramie, Wyoming.
Of course, one of the big reasons the guys that are gone, Darren Brooks, Stetson, Hairston, Josh Warren, Lamar Owen, they took with them 16 years in the program. Where do you get that leadership from now?
Well, the leadership has to come from somebody, and right now it's been Jamaal Tatum, the junior guard. There are no senior scholarship players on Southern's team, and Tatum so far is pouring in about 20 points per game.
And JT has been hot and cold. He had 37 against Eastern Washington, a career high, but he came back with 11 against SLU.
The whole team kind of struggled down there in St. Louis. Tatum put up 11. He was the leading scorer, but Southern just ice cold from the floor, and they're going to have to shoot a lot better if they want to walk away with a win here.
On the other side, Southern's going to have to contend with Wyoming's big man, Justin Williams. This guy's a beast on the inside.
He's a big man, all right. Averages 12.5 points per game, over 15 rebounds, and 6 block shots to go with that. So a big post presence inside for Wyoming.
Both teams are coming off disappointing road losses Wednesday. Southern lost 56-42 at St. Louis U. Wyoming lost 63-47 at Washington State. Who will bounce back? We'll have your starting lineups right after this. Welcome back to the Arena Auditorium in Laramie, Wyoming. The Dawgs getting ready to do battle with the Wyoming Cowboys. Let's take a look at your starting lineups for tonight. Both teams changing it up a little bit. For SIU, the Salukis will start Randal Falker and Matt Shaw, the sophomore bookend forwards. Tony Young back in the starting lineup. He replaces Mike Dale. Also starting at guard, Jamaal Tatum, averaging just under 20 points a game. And the true freshman, Bryan Mullins. For Wyoming, Justin Williams, we talked about him in the open, leads the team in scoring, rebounding, and block shots. Then we have Kevin Lewis. He's been added to the lineup last year. He had a career best game at SIU with 13 points. Other starters for Wyoming, 6'9" Darren Brown in the middle. You have sophomore Brad Jones. He's a 6-foot sophomore. He leads the Cowboys, playing 36 minutes a game. And they have a true freshman starting at guard as well in Brandon Ewing. As for the coaches tonight, Chris Lowery in his second season at Southern, 29-11 last year, 27-8 season, including a trip to the second round of the NCAA Tournament. On the other side for Wyoming, Steve McLean is in his 8th season for the Cowboys. He's 129-84. All right, Thad, when you look at this matchup, you have two teams that have struggled to shoot well. What are some of your keys to the game?
Well, so far our keys to the game for Southern, they've been averaging about 25 fouls per game. So they still need to play physical, play hard, play aggressive. Don't lose that aggressiveness. They're known for that defense, but stop fouling, sending other teams to the free throw line.
Yeah, there's been a definite free throw discrepancy. Southern has shot only 80 free throws, their opponents 150. When you look at Wyoming's stats, these guys have shot 190 free throws already.
But you can't just give teams free shots, you know. The clock stops, they go to the line, and they just keep hitting their free throws. And slowly, as those points build up, you start to find yourself more and more behind.
And the other thing, it says don't hold your breath. We're at 7,200 feet.
Oh, man. Can you feel it? We flew into Denver, the mile-high city, and we kept going up and up to get here into the mountains up in Laramie, Wyoming.
I hope they have oxygen for the announcers as well. But should be an interesting ball game. We're getting ready to tip things off. Southern, again, 2-3, coming off a loss at St. Louis. The 2-3 start, the worst since 1999. For what? Oh, go ahead.
They put Kevin Lewis in there, Darren. You talked about it. His career high was 13 points against Southern. Why not put the guy in there? He's averaging 5.5 points, so if he can do it against Southern one year, why not put him again this year? We'll see what Lewis does.
That starts, put Steve Levin on the bench. He's their second leading scorer, 12 a game, so that gives them a little extra firepower. Just as Mike Dale coming off the SIU bench gives Southern a little extra scoring. We're about ready to tip things off. Randal Falker and Justin Williams getting ready to go at it. And Wyoming controls the tip. This is Brad Jones, and over to Ewing. And now Bryan Mullins immediately with the steal. The freshman will take it in. And no, he misses. JT with the rebound. Tatum gets the rebound. Southern off to a good start.
Well, I watched him in the pregame practice at the University of Denver on Thursday when we flew into town. And Coach Rodney Watson said, let's get those easy buckets off of steals. There's one already.
Jones dribbling around center. Again, Mullins, terrific defense up top. Over to Lewis. He's looking for a couple of the big guys down low. And it's Darren Brown looking for Williams. Not happening. Back up top. And Southern, sticky defense early. Lewis is going to pop from three, and he won't hit. Out of bounds. Saluki basketball. Good start for Southern defensively.
Yeah, Lewis got a good look just because they were working around the post. Tatum might have got picked down low, but got out there quick enough.
Again, Mullins, the true freshman, they turned the reins over to this guy early in his career.
And he showed it so far. He can handle it.
Shaw looking for a cutter. Tatum up top. He's got Falker down low. Not happening. Back to Tony Young up top. The junior from Schaumburg looking for some help. Shaw over to Tatum. Very patient. Shot clock drops under 10. Down to Falker down low. And turnover. And that Southern struggled a bit with the, and the ball stays with Southern. Shot clock at 4. So they'll have to get something off here in a hurry. Well,
Southern's got to do something quick, so he's going to throw it in bounds. Probably look for Tatum or Mullins to get open. Mullins down on that near block.
Tony on the inbound. Into Falker, shot clock. Down to 2.
Tatum
Doesn't look like they know it.
Yep.
And that's a mental mistake, and Coach Lowery is not happy.
Well, you just got to be aware of what's going on at all times in the game. Southern didn't know they had 4 seconds to go.
Wyoming basketball, length of the floor to go. And Bryan Mullins applying some pressure full court. Ewing brings it up. Trigger the Wyoming offense. Over to Jones. Not many looks inside for the bigger Cowboys so far. Over to Ewing, he drives. Cannot get it to fall. Rebound battle. There's Williams with the shot, no good. Brown again, scramble in the corner. And folks, this is a scrum. This is rugby or basketball, Thad?
Well, neither team wanted to give an inch so far on this one, but again, I was with the team in the run around. Watch everybody just go after. You'd like to see this though. Bodies on the floor. Watch Tatum go after the loose ball. He's still fighting for it. Watch Shaw, I think, comes in here at the end. He'll run in with the jump ball call, but good aggressiveness by Southern early on.
Southern will get the ball and bring it up court. Mullins looking for Shaw. Passes on the baseline jumper. Tatum around the screen. Oh, turned it over, and here comes Lewis leading the break, and he blocked by Tony Young, but Williams is there for the rebound. Cannot get it to fall, but he will get a pair from the line.
Well, Tatum did a pretty good job to at least stop the momentum down the court. Young, a good job following. Tony going in with the big man. Tony getting up, getting the block, and then just a follow-up foul by Mullins.
You saw it on your Coleman Roads instant replay, the home of quality furniture, Coleman Roads in downtown West Frankfort. Justin Williams to the line for 2. Cannot hit, and looking at some stats, that's not terribly surprising. This is not a good free throw shooting Wyoming ball club.
You know, and Williams especially shoots about, what, 40%, I think, and then as a team, they're at about 60, just under 60%.
And on cue, Williams misses a pair, and Salukis looking to extend a 2-0 advantage early, and offense has been tough to come by for these teams. Over to Shaw in the corner, looking for some movement. Mullins has it back up top. There goes Tatum. He's got a jumper. And 2 Cowboys in his face. Shaw with a great offensive rebound and the stick back. Dawgs up 4.
Well, Southern might be out-hyped in this game, but Shaw can get in there and play big and play physical. Good job boxing out, getting the board. Second chance points.
That's 4 of those already. Ewing looking for Brown, the big fella with the lefty jumper. No good, but Lewis on the tap. And it's a 4-2 ball game.
Well, not bad if you can keep Brown from shooting about 12 to 15 feet out. Keep him from getting down low. Good follow-up board, though, by Wyoming.
Certainly, I think Coach Lowery and staff will live with that shot, but you got to crash the boards. Tatum looking for Young. One over to Shaw. Mullins looking for some movement as well. Salukis a little stagnant offensively. There's Tony with the ball outside three-point line. Shaw inside, and he takes it to the big fella.
Well, watch what Matt did there. He created space between him and his man and kept his man on his back, and that gave him an open look at the board.
6-2 Southern. Just under 17 minutes to go. Tony Young harassing Lewis. Another steal. And it is another scrum. And again, that's the kind of, well, they're
going to call a foul on Tony Young.
They do call a foul, and Coach is not pleased with that one. And it looks like hockey substitutions for Southern. 4 subs coming in. Mike Dale, Jamaal Foster, Wesley Clemmons, and Tony Boyle in. Falker, Mullins, Tatum, and Mullins will also go to the bench. So 6-2, 16:34 left in the first half. And
we like to see that hustle, though. Young did get picked up for the foul, but Coach says that's how we won 27 games last year, just that hustle, that defense, being on the floor, getting those loose balls.
Excellent points there. Ewing with the ball against the harassing defense from Young. Wesley Clemmons hawking his man Jones as well. Back cut by Levin, just checked into the game. He's averaging about 12 a game for Wyoming, not starting this one. He's got the ball now over to Ewing. Levin going inside. And this is the junior Anderson. And you talked about it before the game. Southern's got to be physical without fouling, and I don't think that's a foul the coach is happy about.
I think Tony Boyle had a hold of 1 or 2 arms there. And you see the Coleman Roads instant replay. Boyle just giving up some ground, and Wyoming gets around, and Foster there with help, but it was too late.
Jamaal Tatum checks back in the game, replacing Tony Young. Wyoming gets the ball in. Jones now with Clemmons on him defensively. He'll take it strong to the hoop. Over Foster, no, but Williams again with the rebound. And Wyoming will get a second crack at it. Williams backing in on Boyle, throws up a wild hook, but again, Anderson with the rebound. He gets it to fall, and it's 6-4 SIU.
Looks like Southern's concentrating so much on stopping the first shot, forgetting to block out. Wyoming with easy rebounds and second chance points on their end as well.
Clemmons looking inside for Jamaal Foster, over to Tatum. Tatum being hawked by Jones, and Southern looks to reset the offense. Back down low to Foster as he looks for help. Back to Dale up top. Southern shot clock down to 10. Mike Dale into the lane, nothing happening. Foster, strong move to the hoop. He draws the foul from Williams.
Well, he thought Foster was going to put it up from about 8 feet. You're kind of holding your breath like, hope that doesn't happen, but good move by Jamaal.
As we head to immediate timeout, Southern has a 6-4 lead. You are watching Saluki basketball on Mediacom. We're back in Laramie, Wyoming. First media timeout. Southern has a 6-4 lead, and if you look at the stats, Southern 3 for 5 from the field, and that's a good start considering how poor the shooting has been of late.
Well, 60%. Southern will take that definitely with a shot at SLU about 28%. They're just 3 of 5 shooting, but they'll get more looks at it. But hey, just keep putting them in.
They're holding Wyoming to just 2 of 9, but rebounding has been an issue.
Well, we talked about Williams coming into this game. He's already got 3. Wyoming out rebounding Southern so far early on, 6-4.
Jamaal Foster at the line for a pair. He's a 60% shooter on the season. He knocks down the first one. And it's 7-4 SIU. Big fella's got a nice touch.
See if he can do it again.
And he does.
Yeah. Like to see that from your big man.
You scoffed at the big man shooting free throws.
I watched him on Thursday. They were running drills. All they had to do was make a free throw and get in their press break. Jamaal was about 1 for 10.
8-4 Southern, 15 minutes to play, first half. Wesley Clemmons hawking Brad Jones. It's over to Steve Levin with the ball. He's harassed by Mike Dale. Saluki defense trying to stick with it early. Good switch there by Wesley to prevent the shot. Backdoor to Ewing all by himself, and Tony Boyle takes down Brandon Ewing with the hard foul. Ewing will get a pair at the line.
Watch Boyle just come back from behind. And, ooh, watch Ewing goes down hard. He's just a freshman, stands 6'2". I don't know if he's 6'2" or not, Darren, but he has 5.6 rebounds per game for the little man, kind of reminiscent of Darren Brooks, what he used to do, sneak in there, get those rebounds, went up, got open on that shot. He'll go to the line.
Ewing going to the line for a pair. He's a 75% shooter on the season. The first one is on its way, and it rattles home and good. I know Coach likes Tony Boyle's rough and tough attitude and the effort out there, and he does tend to pick up fouls in a hurry, though.
Well, he's the guy they want in there to go in there and play physical. Wyoming going to the line. We said they need to play physical, but not foul. Of course, that foul may be a little warranted on the open look for Ewing.
Ewing knocks down a pair, and it's 8-6 SIU, and they'll face a full court press for the first time. Tatum looking for help. He finds it in Wesley Clemmons. Working against Ewing, he'll get it across the line, and now there's all sorts of trouble up top. He gets it over to Mike Dale with the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. The press being very harassing to Southern and not letting them get into the offense. Tatum looking for help. Feeds it down low to Foster. Cannot get the short bucket to fall. And that ball's gonna go to SIU. Coach McLean disagreeing with the call, but it will stay with the maroon and white. We look for 3 more subs coming in. Matt Shaw, Bryan Mullins, and Tony Young checking back in for Foster, Clemmons, and Jamaal Tatum's going to go take a break.
Coach Lowery putting on a lot of subs. We want to keep these guys well rested. We talked a little bit about the altitude here. See if that becomes a factor.
Yeah, you may see Coach go to his bench a little bit more today because of the altitude. They talk about some of the locals telling us that the second half really gets to teams. For the second time, the shot clock expires without the Salukis getting a shot, and Coach is wanting some more court awareness from his team.
Well, it's not like the shot clock's perched right above the backboard where you're looking at every time. Southern just not aware of it.
Back on defense, Tony Young, Hawking. Brad Jones double teamed by Shaw. Little run and jump action there. He gets it over to Levin. Levin going to drive on Dale. Shut off on the baseline, gets it over to Jones. Jones looking to get into the lane. Levin wide open from 3, and it falls. Steve Levin for 3, and that gives Wyoming its first lead of the ball game.
He's out of Airds, Australia, the junior, averaging 12 points per game. Give him 3 on that one.
He has struggled a bit from 3-point line this year, so we'll see if Southern can keep him from getting going. Over to Shaw. He's got a wide open 3, and Matt will take it. It won't go, but Tony Young sneaks in to get the rebound, and Southern will restart the offense.
Young going against the 7-foot-tall Jared Boswell, who's in there for Wyoming, number 50.
Dale with it on the wing, and we've got a foul. Chris Anderson going to be called for the hold, trying to get the ball down low to Matt Shaw again.
That's something else they worked on, was just posting up in the block, making the good passes, and going to the pass. And Shaw probably would have went and got that one if he wasn't being held. Good look by Mike Dale. He's kind of a post player sometimes himself. He likes to reward those guys down low who work so hard to get open.
Checking in for Wyoming senior James Ebert going for the steal there.
Somebody's open.
Yeah, Mullins with a wide open 3. Can't hit it. Shaw with the tip out to Young. Nice play by Matt. Over to Tony Young. Back up top to Mullins.
Now just 3 of 8 shooting for Southern. They were 3 for 5. They missed their last 3 shots.
Well, we went and talked about it, and then they missed their last 3. Over to Young, 20 on the shot clock. Dale, over to Mullins. Wyoming dropped in a little bit of a zone. That leaves Tony open for 3. He can't get it. And we have another pushing foul, this one on Levin. And Coach McLean is not having any of this.
He's a little unhappy on the sideline, but Dale had the position. The ball just went long. Might have got pushed out of the way, which is what the refs say. McLean not agreeing with it.
Southern going to get another shot clock, another possession out of this. Dale to trigger it. Looking, not much movement. Against the zone, Tony had a shot, fumbled it. So he'll start the offense again. Mullins up top, over to Dale, shooting from 3. No. Anderson comes up with the rebound.
Probably not the shot you wanted. He had a whole new shot clock.
Ewing against Dale, over to Anderson. Levin with Mullins on him, and they're going to call Mullins on the hand check.
Southern's got to start moving their feet. These guys are getting around too quickly.
See Mike Dale looking for some help from the bench, breathing a little hard in this high altitude, and we're going to see Austin Brooks check into the game.
Brooks got a little bit of action up there in Alaska.
He's a non-scholarship player, one of the non-scholarship seniors. Tony goes for the steal. Levin's open for three, and he's hit 2 in a row.
You don't want him to start getting hot. Had an open look and nothing but net. Now we got a foul down low. Wyoming crowd not happy. Levin and Tatum were kind of tied up. Foul beyond Levin.
But beyond Levin, that's his second. Mentioning Levin from deep, he came into the game 7 of 24. That's 29% from the field, but he knocks down his first 2. But it looks like he's going to go to the bench. And he will. Checking in will be freshman Ross Foreman. So Levin goes to the bench after hitting back-to-back threes. Southern has the ball and a new shot clock against the zone. We'll see how Southern attacks the zone this time. Tatum looking to drive. Has the free throw line jumper, no good, but Randal Falker, the nice rebound. And we have traveling. Strong to the board. And then he, go ahead.
Yeah, good job to slash through the lane. As soon as he saw Tatum put it up, Falker was in there to get the board. Just a little movement of the feet before he went up.
Coaching staff and imploring Falker to just go up strong with it instead of trying to be fancy in the lane. It's Ebert working against Austin Brooks. Brooks harassing Ebert. It's over to the freshman Foreman with JT on it. Back to Jones. Shot clock down to about 15. Jones working around a screen from Anderson. It's Ebert for 3, and he knocks it down. Cowboys have knocked down 3 straight threes, and Southern trails by 7.
Coach Lowery probably wait for the media timeout, about 11:30 to go. Southern needs a bucket though. Stop the bleeding.
Tony Young handling it up top, looking for Tatum. Great pass into Shaw. No foul there. Falker gets another rebound, left-handed hook. Barely draws iron, and back comes Wyoming. The Cowboys on an 11-0 run. Jones taking it into the lane, and we have got a charge. Randal Falker taking a charge there. Big stop for it. The Saluki defense as we reach the media timeout. 15-8 Cowboys, 11-11 to play in the first half. We are headed to commercial break. You're watching Saluki basketball on Mediacom. We're back here in Wyoming. The University of Wyoming Cowboys on an 11-0 run to take a 15-8 lead. And for Southern, the offense has been slow going, but defensively, they just picked up that charge before the media timeout.
Yeah, the foul was called on Brad Jones, a charging foul. During practice the last few days, the scout team and Jack Owens had been talking about when Wyoming passes, they jump and they pass. If Southern can get there and stand their ground, take a charge, they just did it.
And it's the freshman, Ike Okoye with the steal, and Austin Brooks saves a layup with the hustle play. But again, Southern with another turnover. Wyoming will keep possession of the ball. Jones going to take it out of bounds after doing a little house cleaning on the shirt there, tucking it in, and Wyoming will trigger. Williams has not been a factor scoring, but he certainly has been a factor rebounding for the Cowboys. Jones looking for help. Ebert thought about the 3, passed it up. Over to the freshman Foreman with JT on him. Okoye looking, lob pass, ill-advised. Matt Shaw with the tip, and we have got another scrum on the floor. Alternate possession stays with Wyoming.
Has a bad look inside. Shaw had a perfect opportunity, knocked it away. Too bad Southern couldn't come up with it. Just a poor look to try to force feed it to Williams. Shaw had it. Foster couldn't get a grip on it.
Pigskin's a little slippery if they were playing football, huh? Wyoming will keep possession. 13 on the shot clock. Jones take it out of bounds again. Looking into another freshman. It's Ike Okoye. Wyoming's down to 7 on the shot clock. Jones driving in, forces it up. Williams has it batted off his hands, and go to Saluki basket, goes to Southern. 15-8, about 10.5 to play. Saluki still looking for their first field goal in roughly 6 minutes. The offense has become pretty stagnant here against the zone. It looks like Wyoming switched off to the man-to-man. Tony up top, working against Foreman. Shot clock down to 20. Struggled to recognize the change of defense. Looks like that's been a factor. Tatum working on Jones. Shot clock down to 10. Tony running baseline, going to fire up a three. No. Jamaal Foster with the rebound, and Southern's got a new shot clock back up top to Tatum.
Steve McLean in the ear. The officials saying that Foster pushed off. No call.
Shaw fakes the three and travels. Saluki turnover.
It'll be turnover number 6 for Southern. They got to get some looks.
Tony Boyle checks back in for Jamaal Foster. Wyoming, length of the floor to go. We dropped under 10 minutes, 15-8. Kind of been offensive optional so far. It's Ewing, the freshman working on Tony Young. Pick up top, double teams on from Southern. Williams over to Ebert, firing from 3, no. Not even close. Shaw corrals the rebound, and Southern is running. Tatum, take it in, over. Williams can't get it to fall, and Okoye with the rebound. Shots just not falling for Southern right now. Ewing again, working on Tatum this time. Over to Ebert. He's going to go baseline where he's met by a whole host of Salukis, but Okoye is there to bank it in, and it's 17-8.
And Chris Lowery is going to call a timeout, as Southern still couldn't get a bucket after the timeout. And Wyoming, of course, Southern did get good help on that, but 3 guys guarding the ball at once. There had to be somebody open. They found the open man, and an easy shot off the board.
Ebert going baseline, 4 Salukis surround him, and over to Okoye and the freshman off glass. That gives Wyoming a 9-point lead. Now Southern had a nearly 8-minute drought at St. Louis Wednesday night, and you look up and we've played 11 minutes and the Salukis only have 8 points.
Well, that's because they're only shooting 3 of 15 from the field, 20%. Over on Wyoming's side, they're 6 for 15, shooting 40%. Southern yet to hit a 3-point field goal. They put up 3 of them.
Well, we talked it was 3 for 5, and now it's 3 for 15, so I'm going to officially hold you accountable for the jinxing there. But somebody needs to knock down a bucket. 17-8, Boyle can get it into Mullins, and again, the Salukis struggling on offense. Mullins is going to bring it up as Wyoming drops back into the zone. Looks like they're going to trap out of this. Over to Dale, had an alley, now he's trapped. Falker in trouble, gets it back up top to Mullins. 15 on the shot clock. Tatum looking for a crease. Finds Dale, over to Tony Boyle. Strong move inside, can't get it to fall. Boyle again, working hard, swatted by Okoye. Falker with the rebound. And finally, the drought is over.
You gotta like what Southern's doing, though. They missed a couple of those shots, but playing hard. Ooh, Wyoming had a break.
Ewing had a good look over to Okoye, and he couldn't come up with it, and Southern gets the turnover and a chance to cut into this 7-point deficit.
Okay, Southern will take that. They get the bucket down low off of 3 straight rebounds from Falker with the 2 points. Now a quick turnover by Wyoming. Reset yourself, cut it to 5.
Yeah, and you have to like the way they've attacked inside, even though the baskets haven't fallen. They've still gone at these bigger Cowboys.
Tony Boyle playing hard.
Tatum bringing up against Jones. It looks like Wyoming's dropped back into the man-to-man now. Falker has it, 3-point line. Boyle had Brown posted. They didn't get it into him. Dale looking for help. Still looking for help. Over to Tatum. And a careless turnover there. Salukis turn it over, 17-10. 8:01 to play here in the first half. You just can't have those kind of careless turnovers.
There, and I got an update on Southern's 1AA quarterfinal playoff game. Looks like Appalachian State has just scored another touchdown. It's 31-10, Mountaineers leading the Salukis.
So it's a rough day in the mountains of North Carolina for Southern, and so far it's been a rough day in the mountains here in Wyoming. Levin over to Williams, strong to the glass and in. Justin Williams doing his damage around the rim.
That's just height and power, and he just went up in between 2 Southern players. Bucket for Williams.
19-10, about 7.5 to play. Again, Boyle posting up. Falker with the lob. Back. And we've got a 3-second call on the Salukis. Another turnover. 19-10 Wyoming. The under 8 media timeout. You're watching Saluki basketball on MediaCom. Cold shooting again for the Salukis, 4 for 18, 22%. They shot 28 the other night in St. Louis, and it looks like those woes are continuing.
Well, it took them a while to get that fourth bucket. They're 4 of 18 now. They got to get a stop down by 9.
Showing a little full court pressure. Falker harassing the inbound and a little trap action. Williams is going to help get it over the court for the Cowboys.
Big man needs to give it up. There you go.
He does. Jones, the guard, going to work his way into the lane, pass it back out to Ewing. Levin thought about the deep three, but passed it up. Southern, Boyle runs right past Brown, and another charge.
Yep.
Randal Falker takes his second charge of the day. Big stop there for Southern.
Well, that was Brown a little bit out of control in the lane. Wanted to go up with a shot and realized he didn't have it. Went to pass. 2 charges now taken by Southern.
19-10. Mullins going to bring it up against token pressure from the Cowboys.
They got to capitalize on these turnovers. Anytime Wyoming comes down the court and doesn't score, Southern needs to take advantage.
Cowboys going man-to-man this trip. Mullins picks up his dribble over to Falker. Looking for help. Wesley Clemmons pops out, 15 on the shot clock. Oh, Mike Dale cutting back door. Rejected by Williams. We knew he was a quality shot blocker coming in, almost 6 a game, and it shows you why right there.
Yeah, but he's number 4 all time with Wyoming blocks, make it number 105 for Williams. Here comes the block. Dale with a good look. Williams says, I don't think so. Dick Vitale named Williams to his all-human eraser team before the season started.
Another reason why he was the Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year. Mullins, the pull-up jumper in the lane, will not fall. Falker, strong effort, but can't corral it, and Wyoming will get the basketball back.
Southern now 4 of 20 shooting, still struggling. Mullins had a nice look at the front of the rim, couldn't go. You still got to like Falker's hustle there, even though he couldn't get a grip on the ball.
Ewing working against Mullins. 19-10 Wyoming. A little over 6 minutes to play. Tony Boyle on the jump out. Now it's Brown with it, around 3-point range. Quick pass down low to Ewing. Nothing doing, but Brown is there to clean up the miss. Another offensive rebound for the Cowboys.
Big Darren Brown, 6'9" junior out of Compton, California, in the right place at the right time. No bodies on him for Southern.
Oh, and it's Jones with the steal. He picks Wesley Clemmons and the layup. 23-10 Cowboys, and it's getting ugly right about now.
Tatum, Young, and Shaw sitting at the scorer's bench ready to check back in for Southern.
Mullins working, looking for a cutter, looking for a pick, looking for help. Over to Boyle. Got Falker. Back to Mullins.
3 freshmen on the court for Southern at this point.
You look at this lineup and you wonder where the offense is going to come from. Another steal by Jones, and the Cowboys are running. Lewis will draw the foul from Mike Dale, and he's going to shoot a pair. Another Saluki turnover puts Wyoming in a scoring position.
Make it turnover number 10 and foul number 7 on Southern.
That's his first 16.
Checking out the rebound, Lewis is going to take it strong. Dale gets a piece of him. Lewis is going to go back to the line for a pair. 6'6" senior. Cannot connect. He's just 3 of 4 from the line on the season. We mentioned earlier he had a career high against Southern last year as the Salukis have a line change come in. You got Shaw and Young back in the game with Foster and Tatum. Mullins stays on the floor. So look, coach just trying to find some offense.
Got about 10 players who have scored for Wyoming. 2 points for about everybody that's been in the game. Leading scorer so far is Levin with 6.
Mullins looking for Tatum on the curl. Shut off by Jones. Spin move. Tatum fadeaway jumper off glass, and tough shot. Jamaal gets it to fall.
Well, somebody's got to make something happen. Maybe Tatum will get things started.
Lewis back up top to Jones. Ebert's got a 3 in the game. He's looking down low for Brown. Young gets his hand on the pass. Wyoming still has possession. Ebert. Kick ball. Still Wyoming ball, and we'll stay with the 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Wyoming take it out. Southern needs a good stand right here.
Yeah, Darren, you still got to kind of believe in that old adage that defense creates offense. And so far, Southern's defense not able to lead to some fast breaks or stopping Wyoming.
Jones working on Young.
He walked. Absolutely.
It's either going to be a walk or a charge, and they took the walk first.
Williams a little bit excited. Coach Lowery excited on the sideline, trying to get his team pumped up.
Not a lot of emotion out of Southern so far today. Down 23-12, about 4.5 left. Mullins is going to walk it up, and again, you keep harping on it, or I keep harping on it, but need a basket. Need to just keep building on some positive here offensively. Mullins has Shaw. He's going to take the three. No good, and Brown with a strong rebound, and here come the Cowboys. Lewis working on Tatum. Takes some baseline. Oh, there's a travel. Good defense from Tatum, and also Mullins stepping in the passing lane, forces the Wyoming turnover. Cowboys 7th on the day.
Central Wyoming, Chris Anderson.
Anderson checking back in for Brown, and some of that beef going to the bench for the Cowboys. But still have Mr. Williams out there, so it's going to be a challenge offensively for Southern to get some baskets here. Mullins over to Young. Finds Tatum on the wing. Shaw posting on Williams. Going one-on-one. Oh, great feed to Tatum, and he draws the foul, and Jamaal will shoot a pair. We're going to shoot those free throws after the media timeout. Southern trails at 23-12, 3:41 to go in the first half. You're watching Saluki basketball on MediaCom. Welcome back to the Arena Auditorium in Laramie, Wyoming. The offensive woes continue for Southern, just 12 points so far in the half.
Tatum's got a chance to add to his point total. He's got 4. Matt Shaw has 4. They don't shoot 2 at the line. Southern struggling still, 23% from the field.
Yeah, 5 of 22 from the field, 10 turnovers, and it makes it awful hard to put points on the board as Tatum misses a free throw.
Well, they were shooting good from the free throw line. They were 2 for 2.
Checking in, Wesley Clemmons. Bryan Mullins will sit. Austin Brooks waits to come in for Tatum. And again, Coach liberally using his bench here in the first half. We talked about the altitude. All these guys are going to have to score, but somebody's going to have to step up and put the ball in the basket as Tatum makes his second free throw.
We just talked during the last time out there and about Southern can't let Wyoming build a bigger lead than this. Tatum cuts it to 10 with the second free throw there. But if they're going to get any sort of momentum coming out in the second half, Southern needs to step it up here in this last 3:40 of the first half.
Ewing, the freshman, working on Tony Young, the Valley's, Southern's defensive player of the year. Of course, Darren Brooks was the reigning defensive player of the year. The team voted Tony the best defensive player last year, so Tony harassing Shaw. On Anderson, Ewing with the back door over to Williams. The two-handed flush, and the lead is 12.
Just got to like the ball movement from the Cowboys, finding the open man, and then somebody's got to go help out, and that leaves Williams open for the dunk.
25-13, approaching 3 minutes left in the first half.
Just talked about momentum, nothing like a dunk to get you going if you're Wyoming.
Tony Young looking for help. Shaw's posted up down low over to Falker. Austin Brooks getting a pick. Over to Young, shot clock down to 10. Wesley Clemmons works his way into the lane, rejected by Williams. Young for 3, no. Clemmons had the rebound, lost it. Southern catches a break there as the ball bounces off of Jones.
Did you see how quick Williams got up? You thought Clemmons, we had a good vantage point here. Clemmons had a good look at it. All of a sudden, just a big hand comes out, nearly rejects it into the seats.
Tatum and Mullins coming back in. Clemmons and Brooks going back to the bench. Maybe a little offensive, defensive substitutions here early in the first half.
I like the shot by Clemmons and just think if you want to take those, be a little closer in. Here's Tatum.
Tatum knocks down a 3. That's a big shot. Southern's first 3 on the day. Came at a key time here as the lead back down to 9.
He came into the game with 111 career three-pointers, tied with Coach Chris Lowery. So he's just surpassed his coach with that 3.
I don't think the coach minds a bit. Williams out top. Southern doesn't mind him being 23 feet from the basket either. Shaw against Anderson. Jones on the cut. Jones working baseline. He's got Ebert open for three. He knocks it down. James Ebert, the senior, with his second three. And just like that, it's back to 12.
Southern doing a good job of help defense, but always leaves somebody open. Ebert making it count.
1:45 to play. Salukis down 12. Mullins over to Tatum. Inside. And they call Randal Falker with the hook. And now Wyoming has a 12-point lead and the ball looking for more.
The Southern look tired, Darren. Shaw's got his hands on his hips. Tony Young leaning over. We don't see this from Southern too much.
Could be the altitude a little bit working on him here late in the first half. But this is a key 139. You mentioned not letting that lead get out too much. It'd be nice if Southern could get this under 10 before half.
Last 2 minutes they've kept it at 12 points.
Jones nearly throws it away, and Ebert trying to save it does throw it away. Mullins looking to push it. No numbers. Down inside to Falker, and he takes it at Williams, and Williams is called for the foul. Strong move by Randal.
That's what I started to talk about, Darren. When Clemmons had that shot up, he was about 10 feet away from the basket. If you're going to take it to Williams, take it right at him. So he did get called for the foul. The Coleman Rhodes instant replay. Watch Falker, not scared a bit. Williams pins it, but gets called for the foul.
And that is Williams' second foul. As Falker knocks down the free throw. So that could be key. If Southern could maybe sneak a third foul with the big fella here before halftime, that would certainly be beneficial.
And they're not going to get a chance.
Not going to get that chance, are they? Darren Brown checking back in for Williams. He'll sit. Williams has 4 points, but he has been just a beast with the block shots. Falker can't get the rebound to fall. And they call the foul. And they call Tony Young for that foul in the lane. Southern looked like they might have had a chance there at the rebound, but they whistled Tony, and I believe that's Tony's second foul.
I didn't even see where Tony was on that rebound. Evidently the referee on the opposite side did, telling Coach Chris Lowery, explaining the foul.
Mullins is going to check back in. Tony will likely head to the bench. Don't want him to pick up his third foul. And the woes continue at the line for the Cowboys.
And Southern can cut it down to single digits here. It's 28-17. A bucket will cut it to 9. Be patient.
Falker from the baseline, no. And
Shaw's pushed from behind again.
Yeah, Matt Shaw has had great position on the offensive boards, and that's what his third foul he's picked up on the Cowboys.
Well, another thing here, Darren, is they keep fouling. They're up to like 8 fouls now for Wyoming. It stops the clock. 1:06 to go, and Southern can put some points on the board, maybe get another defensive stop or force a turnover. 8 turnovers for Wyoming, 11 for Southern. Shaw hits the first one.
Matt Shaw now 12 for 14 on the season from the line. The Centralia product doing some damage from the line. Quality free throw shooter, trying to cut this deficit under 10, and he does.
Now Southern probably put a little pressure on full court.
Again, Tony Young playing with 2 fouls. Do not want him to pick up that third one here in the last minute of the first half. Brandon Ewing looking for a screen. Shaw jumps it. Ewing going the other way, and
there it is.
He travels. Tony Young, good defense there. Southern now with a chance to cut it even further.
Turnover number 9, and slowly Southern can keep cutting into this lead. At halftime, Darren will talk with Kirk Champion. Kirk over on the other side of the court doing radio with Mike Murphy.
As Jones harassing Tatum.
Maybe call timeout. Nope.
They're going to go with it. Tony, Southern has numbers, but they're going to hold up there. JT with the ball, 20 seconds on the shot. Game about 37 and counting. And they get Brad Jones on a holding foul, and it looks like Tatum going to the line. He's going to shoot the 1-and-1. A chance to get it down to 7.
Jamaal 1 for 2 from the line, and foul number 9 on, or number 10 on Wyoming. So Jamaal will get 2.
He will shoot 2. Scoring while the clock is stopped, and Jamaal cannot hit.
Career free throw percentage for Tatum, about 76%. He's 1 for 3, so he's got to get a couple more to get back up to his career percentage.
Yeah, struggling a bit from the line. Tatum hits the second.
We'll take one.
Makes it 28-20. Southern showing full court pressure.
1 second difference on the shot clock and the game clock. Coach McLean.
Yeah, he's going to call that 30-second timeout to draw up a final shot here for the Cowboys. 28-20, Southern, 33 seconds to play. And, you know, you look at the stats, 23% shooting, 11 turnovers. But if Southern can get a stop here, you have to think that Coach Lowery and crew might not be too upset being down 8.
Well, you just said it. I mean, 28-20, but I glance over these stats, and Wyoming shooting 52%, Southern shooting 23, and how are they still within 8 points? Well, just getting those turnovers and now making those second opportunities count.
Your next Saluki game on Mediacom, December the 18th. Southern traveling to Central Michigan. That's a Sunday. You can see it live on Mediacom at 1 o'clock. Against the Chippewas of Central Michigan. Again, 33 seconds, only 0.3 of a second different on the shot clock and the game clock. And again, Southern showing length of the floor pressure. Tatum and Jones going head up as we drop under 30 seconds left in the half.
That's so important that Southern gets the ball back and scores. Just don't let Wyoming score.
Over to Ewing, down to 20. Ewing and Young. Over to Ebert, Wesley, Clemmons hawking him. We approach 10 seconds to go. Jones and Tatum nearly at midcourt. Jones into the lane, loses the ball, and the Cowboys out of bounds. Ebert could not save it, and Southern will get a final shot here.
All right, 4.6 on the clock. Maybe try the old home run play. Or, hey, if you throw one up from half court, you get 3 points. Southern should have a lot more time to get it across half court, but Darren, that'd be a 5-point game if Southern can get a 3.
Yeah, you talked about not letting Wyoming score. They did that. Now if they can get a bucket here, that'd be even better. We're going to see how quick Jamaal Tatum is. Got to get it off. He does. And it's good.
It's only 2, but hey, that counts.
JT with the bucket at the buzzer, and Southern with some momentum going into halftime. 28-22, Wyoming. We'll be back with your halftime festivities, the Salukis on Mediacom. It's halftime here in Laramie. Southern trails at 28-22. Looking at the stats, 7 of 27 for the Salukis from the field. That's just not good, but they're still not out of this yet.
Amazingly, only down by 6, and the stats you would think it'd be a little bit bigger lead for the Cowboys.
Cowboys come into the game averaging 44 rebounds as a team, but Southern out-rebounding them 21-13. That's a huge stat.
Definitely, there's some big bodies out there too. 7 foot, 6'10" for some 6'8", you know, and Southern doing a good job on the boards.
Again, Southern 7 of 27 and 11 turnovers. Still only down 6 here as we get ready to start the second half. Great momentum for the Salukis heading into the break on Jamaal Tatum's buzzer beater. As the Salukis cut into a 12-point advantage, got it down to 6 at the break. And now they get the ball to start the second half with a chance to cut into that even further.
Hey, why not start it off real quickly?
Jamaal Tatum brings it up court. He's got Brad Jones on him. Shaw over to Mullins. Into Shaw. Great feed from the freshman. Shaw finishes 28-24.
Got the Cowboys sleeping a little bit on the give and go from Shaw.
Shaw on the layup. He's got 8. Southern within 4. Ewing against Mullins. This is a good matchup of freshmen going head to head. Into Williams. 18, 19 feet from the basket. Get it inside to Brown, off glass, no. And what do we have here? And Williams is down and he is writhing in pain.
Well, he just cleared out the lane all by himself, knocked a few people out of the way. He's up.
They whistle Shaw with the foul. His first of the day. It'll be Wyoming ball out of bounds. Just 36 seconds into the second half. Southern has cut it to a 4-point game. Wyoming basketball with a new shot clock. Out top, Kevin Lewis, and over to Jones, working against Tony Young. Coaching staff screaming for a 5-second call, and they whistle. Tony with his 3rd foul of the game. And immediately, Wesley Clemmons off the bench and is going to check in.
And Tony not real happy with that call. Calling it pretty tight.
The Coleman Roads Instant Replay, home of quality furniture. Coleman Roads in downtown West Frankfort. And again, we have another foul. And this time, it looks like it's going to be on Jamaal Tatum.
Immediately off the inbound.
They called that on Shaw, his second. And we talked earlier, physical without fouling, and so far it's been the fouling so far. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Wyoming working the ball. Lewis has it over to Jones. Jones has got Brown posted up down low. Double team is on. Jones going baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. Saluki basketball.
There you go. Trying to create something. Stepped on the baseline. Turnover. Southern had 8 fouls in the first half. They've been whistled for 2 here in the first minute of the second half.
That's the 11th turnover for the Cowboys. Southern now with a chance to cut into a 4-point deficit. Tatum brings it up. Under 19 minutes to play here in the second half. Over to Shaw. To Falker. Running the motion offense against the Cowboy man-to-man. Shaw all alone. Had it. Could not get it to fall. Williams clears the rebound, and that was a big bucket they could have had.
Tough shot from Matt. Not a bad idea, though, to not come down with it in the land of the trees. Another turnover, Wyoming.
And Williams throws it to the coaching staff. Guys in the suits can't play, though, and back to the Salukis.
Last update I have, Darren, with the Saluki football team. 31-10 at the end of the third quarter. Appalachian State leading Southern. Northern Iowa was a winner earlier, 24-21, over the #1 seeded New Hampshire.
So kind of a mixed day for the Gateway. Maybe the Salukis can pull off a fourth quarter miracle. Shaw faking against Williams. Lost it, back over to Mullins. Looking for help, he has Clemmons. And Southern's going to reset. Bounce pass for Falker, and they've got a block. Blocking is the call on Lewis. Williams had another block shot, but that one won't count because they whistled Lewis for the foul.
Well, Southern must have seen something because they worked this give and go. A couple to Shaw there, it was one to Falker. So they've done some adjustments at halftime, and it's worked every time.
Randal Falker at the line shooting a pair, trying to bring Southern within a pair. First one up and good.
Falker's 2 for 3 from the line. Southern's 8 for 11 on the day.
Randal came into the game just 5 of 8 from the line for the season. Now if he hits the second one, Southern will be within a pair.
Gotta make these count. Hit your free throws. That's why they're called free.
And it rolls in. Randal knocks down a pair, 28-26 Cowboys. And it's Ewing working against Tatum. Tatum harassing Ewing, over to Levin. He had a couple threes in the first half, but then got into some foul trouble. Really see if that affected his shooting rhythm at all. He's got it out top to Ewing. Over to Jones.
There it is, the jump pass. Oh, they're going to call Southern with a block.
And they're calling Wesley Clemmons on the foul.
But Coach Owens and them, they talked about these jump passes that they do. Shaw was standing his ground, looked like they did call Clemmons with the foul. So 4 fouls now on Southern early in the second half.
Wesley tried to step in to draw the charge. Mullins nearly with the steal. And Clemmons just picked up another foul. The fouls are starting to mount.
Well, they've got 5. 2 more. You're going to put Wyoming in the bonus. We're at 17-37. Second half.
Wyoming will take the ball out on the sidelines. Southern within a pair. It's 28-16. Late in the first half, Southern closed the first strongly. Now they're within 2 in the second half and needing another stop. Jones finds Levin. He's got Anderson down low, but now he's got Anderson on the wing.
Wyoming has not had a good look at the bucket yet this half. Southern playing good D.
Jones over to Ewing. Shot clock down to 15. Mullins and Falker.
Oh, he nearly walked.
He took a couple steps, but no call there. We're going to go ahead and take a full timeout. Score: SIU trails Wyoming 28-26. You're watching Saluki basketball on Mediacom. We're here in Laramie, Wyoming. Dogs trailing the Cowboys 28-26. Southern 2-3 on the season. You look at some of the other Missouri Valley Conference numbers, and Missouri State and Indiana State, the two unbeatens remaining. Wichita State off to a great start. The Shocks 5-1. Drake also has just one loss. Creighton, Illinois State, and Northern Iowa all 3-1. Bradley 2-1. It's a little strange to see the Salukis down at the bottom half of those standings.
Very rare that they start a season out with 3 losses. Of course, they're 27-8 last year, but boy, they played a tough schedule early on. And pretty tough game going on here in Laramie, Wyoming.
The Valley ranked 7th in the nation in the power rating as a league, and that's important come NCAA tournament time. Hopefully the league can get a few extra bids. Back to action, shot clock down to 2, and Williams does not get it off. They did wave off that shot. Shot clock violation. We saw that happen to Southern twice in the first half, and now it bites the Cowboys.
Well, now all of a sudden Southern can tie it up. Down by 2, they've rattled off 4 straight. Wyoming gets to put points on the board in this half.
28-26 Cowboys. Mullins has it, gets the screen, penetrates into the lane. Clemmons, a wide open 3, can't get it. Williams over the top of Falker. He's frustrated because that's foul number 3.
Randal doing a good job of boxing out, giving up a little bit of height to Falker, but watch Falker with position and just up over the top. That ain't gonna work.
He stays in the game with 3 fouls. Back up top to Tatum. Over to Mullins, he's in the lane, great pass to Shaw, and he gets rejected.
Don't know what
and they are calling an offensive foul on Randal Falker for clearing out the Wyoming player, and I know the Saluki bench is very upset with that call, but take a look at it. Shaw had the layup, and Anderson with the great block, but then on the loose foul, Randal with the off arm, and that's what they called him.
Boy, Mullins had a great look at the basket, decided to give it up to Shaw and got it blocked. Southern getting the ball down low.
Jones with the ball. Wyoming up a pair here. 16.5 to play, second half. 11 on the cut. He's got a free throw line jumper off glass, but Anderson is there for the follow jam. And again, Southern playing good defense, but then not getting the rebound.
And right on the other end, called for a foul. Anderson, I guess that'll work, being at the right place at the right time with the powerful dunk. That's Wyoming's first bucket. You'll see him pick it up. Got good position, and yeah.
One-handed jam, and that gives the Cowboys a 4-point lead. Mullins bringing up Tony Boyle, is checked into the game along with Jamaal Foster. Tatum handles it out top for Clemmons. Got Boyle on the slip, and that's another offensive foul. Tony Boyle picks up the foul. That's his 3rd.
Chris Anderson doing a lot here for Wyoming so far in about the last 15 seconds. He got the dunk, gets a foul, and gets the charging foul here against Tony Boyle.
Into the game, Austin Brooks. He'll replace Wesley Clemmons. 30 or 26. Southern's had a couple cracks to get back even with the Cowboys, or even a little closer, and come up empty the last 2 possessions. Ewing takes it all the way to the hoop and scores.
Coast to coast, you got to stop it. Can't make it that easy.
He beat Tatum, and now Tatum's going to try to return the favor and draw the foul.
Tatum going up against Williams, was in there at 6'10".
Jamaal got clubbed on the play. Looks a little woozy as we go to break. Jamaal can use the timeout, and so can we. 32-26 Wyoming. You're watching Saluki basketball on MediaCom. 15:46 left in the second half. Dawgs down 6, and Jamaal Tatum goes down, and you can see why from our Coleman Roads replay.
11 just came down on top of him with the elbow. Jamaal was holding his head as he went over to the bench at the timeout. Appears to be okay as he will shoot 2.
Jamaal has an opportunity to get 2 from the line. He's not going to be coming out.
Leading scorer in this game is Tatum. He's got 11, 2 for 4 from the line.
JT with the first on the way. It's good.
Again, just 4 players for Southern in the scoring column. Tatum with the 12, Shaw's got 8. They've got 5 from Falker, and Jamaal Foster has put in a bucket.
Second from Tatum on the way, rattles out, and it looks like they're going to whistle Tony Boyle for the foul. And for Boyle, that's going to be number 4. We talked in the first half, they bring Tony in for some muscle and that he can pick up fouls in a hurry, and that's what we've seen.
Well, now that's foul number 8, I believe, on Southern. So every foul now is going to put Wyoming at the line. They've already been there on the last foul as well. But boy, if Wyoming can hit some, they can slowly build this lead.
But we talked earlier that the free throw shooting not the strength of this team. Brown at the line, and that one is not even close. Falker with the rebound, so maybe that's strategy. Go ahead and foul him. Tony Young going to bring it up, 15.5 to play. Dawgs trying to cut into a 5-point deficit. Tatum on the bench. Southern's leading scorer, as Thad mentioned, looking for some offense from somebody else. Young driving baseline over to Boyle, looking for help. He's got Tony, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Cowboys looking to double team Mullins. Tony's going to have to get this up in a hurry. He does. It will not go. And Brown corrals the rebound for the Cowboys.
Tony's 0 for 4 from the field tonight, yet to put any points up.
And they call Austin Brooks on the hand check, and the fouls continue.
Southern averaging 25 fouls per game. They had 8 in the first half, give them 9 now with 15:03 to go in the second half. 17 fouls on the day for Southern, and a lot of basketball yet to be played.
Matt Shaw checks back in as Tony Boyle heads to the bench with his 4 fouls. Coach Lowery pleading with referee Randy McCall, looking for a little help on the foul discrepancy, but we have Jones at the line. He's going to shoot the 1-and-1, looking to extend Wyoming's 5-point lead. First one on the way, and that one is good.
So far, Southern hasn't looked too tired. We're only 5 minutes into the second half. We're going to get a substitution. Clemmons and Tatum will come back in for Southern. Brooks will check out. Tatum will replace Mullins, but we talked about this atmosphere. When Southern runs out of their locker room, there's a sign that they have to run past. It says, "Welcome to 7,220 feet. How's your oxygen?"
And I think we're going to see in the second half. Jones hits the second. So he knocks down a pair. The lead is back to 7 for Wyoming. Southern needs to score here. 34-27 Cowboys, under 15 to play. Tony Young setting the offense. He's got Randal in the corner. Looking for help, Over to Tony, jumper on the way. No, he still can't buy a basket. And Okoye tracks down the rebound. Cowboys on the run. Jones will back it up. The Cowboys looking to extend that 7-point lead.
A player like Tony Young, if you're struggling offensively, you'd like to see him just pick up his defense, and if anybody can do it, that's going to be Tony.
Jones gets in, back out to Ewing for 3, and he buries it. Cowboys up 10, 37-27. The freshman buries the 3.
Well, that's a tough one to swallow if you're Southern. Wyoming worked the ball around, found the open man. It's a 9-1 run for the Cowboys.
Critical possession for Southern. Need to get this run stopped. Tatum inside Shaw. Great position. Turns and cannot get it to fall. Brown tracks down the rebound.
Good shot by Shaw. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Ewing against Young. Back up top to Brown. They've got Okoye. Over to Jones. Back to Ewing. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Wyoming up 10. Ewing working against Young. Into the lane. It's Okoye from outside. No. Brown and Falker get tangled up, and they call it a jump ball. Possession to the Cowboys.
Falker had position on that one. It was just a little bit longer rebound, and he and Brown both come down with it. Okoye way outside.
Again, Southern doesn't mind him taking the 17-footer. But you got to corral that rebound.
Well, how about substituting a 7-footer into your lineup? Brown will check out. Boswell.
That's Jared Boswell, 7 feet, 270, sophomore from California. And Okoye gets free on the inbounds, but can't connect. Another scrum for the loose ball.
steal.
And it's Ebert coming up with the loose ball. Jones going baseline. He'll go back baseline and lose it out of bounds.
After all that, it goes Southern's way.
Jones worked the baseline one way, tried it the other way, and then lost handle of it. Southern dodges a bullet there, down 10. Salukis needing a bucket. Tatum bringing it up. Out to Randal. Tony up top as Clemmons. Southern looking to get inside. Tony with a cut in the lane, over the trees, and T.Y. gets his first basket of the day the hard way over the big fellas.
Took him 6 shots, but Tony's finally on the board with 2.
Just need to add to that degree of difficulty, I guess, for Tony. 37-29, Wyoming, 12:45 to play. Now he's working head up on sophomore Brad Jones.
How about a steal or a turnover, easy bucket for Southern here.
Boswell up top, handling against Shaw.
Okay, Tony reached around.
Yep, they call Tony on the reach in, and that's 4.
Yep. And immediately, Bryan Mullins heads to the scorer's bench. Tony Young will check out. Watch Young, he just reaches all the way around him after the pick by Boswell. Tony's trying to get a steal, and both hands in there on that one.
And Tony better be careful. He's upset with the call, and a little discussion here on the free throw line.
Well, in the St. Louis game on Wednesday, Tatum fouled out, Falker fouled out, Shaw ended the game with 4 fouls.
Wyoming already in the double bonus with 12:33 to play. Jones at the line, cannot connect. He has already been to the free throw line 50 times this season.
Well, Southern's putting Wyoming at the line with 18 fouls now, and again, the double bonus. But if Wyoming can't hit, they can't put any more points on the board.
Jones, a 68% shooter from the line coming in. He misses them both, and Shaw corrals the rebound. Southern chance cut into the 8-point deficit.
It's that strategy you talked about there. Keep fouling them, they'll miss their free throws.
Mullins bringing it up. He has Tatum on the flare. Beats his man baseline, reverse layup, can't get it to fall, and Williams clears the board. Cowboys on the run. Okoye, he does save it.
Coach McClain, I believe, called a 30.
Yes, he did. Okoye with the great save, and then Ebert grabs it before it goes out of bounds, and the Cowboys get a 30 to save possession here.
There, and I'm looking over the stats here, and Tatum leads all scorers with 12. Wyoming, no player in double figures. Ewing has 7, Ebert's got 6, but pretty balanced scoring all around.
Again, Southern struggling offensively, 9 of 36 from the field. That's 25%. It's awful hard to win anywhere, much less on the road.
There's no place like home, and Southern will be glad to get back home, maybe reevaluate. The players do some self-evaluation, and they'll be back at the arena, and they won't be any happier to be home.
This is the final game of a 5-game road trip. Southern trying to start the first 6 at 3-3. If they can battle back here, the final 12-12, they'll do that. Of course, next Saturday they host Kent State. That's a rematch of the Bracket Buster game. That game will be at the arena, just Southern's 2nd of the young season at home.
It doesn't get any easier, does it?
Wyoming gets it in to Ewing. Over the 11. Back out to Williams. In 3-point range. Again, Southern doesn't mind him having the ball that far. That means he can't get in there and rebound. Ewing avoids trouble. Has Levin on the cut. May have traveled, didn't call it. And now another timeout for Wyoming. Shot clock's down to 9. Levin was in all sorts of problems down there on the baseline on the double team from Shaw and Mullins.
Southern working so hard defensively. Yeah, the easy way out, you take a timeout if you're tied up. Levin was down on the baseline. Both Shaw and Mullins right behind. Levin, nowhere to go.
Southern closed that up, and eventually Levin would get a timeout. He was hollering for it right there. You see it on
about 4 steps.
There you see it on the Coleman Roads replay. Southern, shot clock down to 9. Now, neither team has been very good coming out of timeouts with the shot clock winding down. We've seen three times where neither team has been able to get a shot off before the buzzer.
Well, usually they have some sort of inbound play. The guy to watch out for is the guy throwing the ball inbound. So they'll keep an eye on
Ewing. Yeah, he's Wyoming's leading scorer with just 7. Hit a big 3 here just moments ago. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Southern looking for a stop. comes out deep to 11. Shot clock down to 5. Clemmons all over Levin. He's going to have to force something up. And Wesley Clemmons with the block. Great defense from the Salukis.
Yeah, and Clemmons gives a fist pump there. He was stuck all over him.
It's nice to see some emotion from the Salukis. We head to a media timeout. Southern trails it 37-29, 11:42 to play. You're watching Saluki basketball on MediaCom. Southern trailing at 37-29 here despite 25% shooting. Southern still in it, but Wyoming shooting 48%, and that's not good news for the Dogs.
Well, Southern had come into this allowing 47% shooting for their opponents. That's still holding true. Wyoming's at 48%. The 87-88 Saluki squad gave up 48% shooting to opponents.
We're not used to seeing opponents shoot well against the Salukis. It looks like Wyoming going zone out of the timeout. Wesley Clemmons, open jumper from the corner, and he knocks it down. So Wesley gets it done defensively with the block, and now the jumper. Dogs back within 6.
How about Wesley Clemmons? We talked about they need some bench help. Clemmons providing a little bit. The freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Nice spark there as Williams trying to handle it, and he just picked up his 4th foul. That's number 4 on Williams with 11:16 to play. He lost the handle. Tatum comes up with the steal and draws a very important foul.
He's only got 4 points and 6 rebounds, but he's such a post presence. Loses the ball here to Tatum, tries to get it back, and he nearly clotheslined Jamaal. So Jamaal having a pretty physical day.
Yeah, Williams with the club for number 4. You mentioned offensively not getting a lot done for Williams, but his defensive presence has been outstanding.
7 blocks on the game for Wyoming, several of those coming from Williams.
All right, Dogs down 6 with a chance to cut into that. 37-31, Mullins. Facing a man-to-man defense this time. Tatum, pump fake. He's going to fire it up. Can't miss it, or can't hit it rather. Shaw comes up with the loose ball, and Southern will restart.
Credit that to Wesley Clemmons again. Was down low now. Here's an entry pass from Clemmons.
Shaw cannot get it. Falker with the tip. Another scramble. Looks like Southern kicked it out, and that's what they call.
Boy, but great 2nd, 3rd, 4th effort from Southern. Somebody forgot about Jones.
And it goes in. Brad Jones with the bucket and the foul. That may have been Wesley's guy. He was looking for a sub, and Jones leaked out all by himself and draws the bucket and the foul. And just like that, this could be back to a 9-point game.
Boy, just one bucket, one either way for either team. Southern had a couple good looks at their ends. It was a 6-point game, could have been cut to 4. Now you're looking at an 8-point deficit with Jones trying to convert the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Jones looking to knock it down, and he does. The lead is back to 9, 40-31. As Austin Brooks checked back in for Clemmons. 10:40 to play. Dogs down 9. Over to Shaw. Finds Tatum up top. Gets a pick from Randal. Gets another pick from Randal. Over to Shaw. He's going to fire it up from 3. Can't connect. Loose ball. Tracked down by the Cowboys.
Shaw's only hit 1 3-pointer in his career. He's put up 3 of them today. He's 1 for 11 all time.
Cowboys up 9, looking to add. Jamaal jumps the passing lane, the steal and the layup. Big play from Tatum. That cuts it to 40-33.
Turnover number 17. Southern leading in that category. The Salukis have 12 turnovers. Tatum making that one count.
Jones has Ebert all alone in the corner. Not happening. Mullins pulls down the rebound, and the Dogs are running. The freshman going to come back up top.
Patience by Mullins. Pull it out.
Great decisions. Coaching staff loves his smarts on the court. You see why? Finding Tatum. And just like that, it's 40-35. And Coach Chris Lowery wants a quick timeout here. Tatum rattles off 4 straight, and the lead is down to 5.
You gotta love when those little guys just sneak in there. Everybody, all the big guys kind of forget about him, but Mullins doing a good job of creating. Watching drive left around his man, baseline, still has enough room to go around. Tatum sneaking in there for the bucket.
All little guys want to be big guys, and all the big guys want to be guards. So Jamaal sneaking down to get the bucket there, and now if Southern can get another stop here, cut into a 5-point lead.
Well, they've had plenty of chances, Darren. Just need to capitalize on these, and they're just hanging in there.
Just hanging in there despite 28% shooting, 12 of 42 from the field, yet they're only down 5.
That's ugly. 3-point percentage. Let me get that right. From three-point land, 9%. 1 for 11. 9%.
And Tony Young is back on the floor with his 4 fouls. 9:37 left. Be key how long he can stay in the game. He is head up with Brandon Ewing as the Cowboys bring it into the front court. 9.5 to play. Southern down 5. Ebert looking inside for Anderson. Doubled immediately. Somebody's open. It's Ewing. Passes on the 3. 15 on the shot clock. Ewing down in low to Brown. Double steal for Mullins. He's got a run out all by himself. And it's good. The freshman with back-to-back clutch plays. And just like that, it's 40-37.
Great defensive rotation by Southern down on the post, and eventually leading to a kick-out pass that went right to Mullins. 3-point game.
Ebert working against Austin Brooks. Oh, and Tony nearly had the steal there. Ewing looking inside, gonna drive baseline, and Mullins with another steal. He has Brooks,
Brooks
all by himself. Anderson swats it away. Mullins gets the rebound, and he draws the foul. Bryan Mullins with a huge 2-minute stretch here for the Salukis.
You gotta watch Mullins just trailing the play. He's the one that got the turnover. Brooks going again up against the big man Anderson. Bryan Mullins right there. You gotta hustle.
And watch out below on our camera guys there. Take it easy on our guys with the lens. Mullins with a pair, trying to cut into a 3-point Wyoming lead. Rattles out. Mullins 7 for 11 coming in from the line this year. That one rattled out for him. Again, a chance here to cut it to 2. You just get the feeling if Southern could ever get even or maybe even take a lead, they've got a great chance to take this one home down the stretch.
Well, you can just feel it. You know, they're hanging in there, and once they kind of get that lead, maybe it'll spark even a little more for Southern.
Mullins, second free throw on the way. It's good. Southern within a pair.
Wesley Clemmons will check in for Mullins, and what a great couple minutes he just had.
Absolutely, and that's what you need here in the altitude. When you're out there for that 2 or 3 minute stretch, just really get after it. And it's Ewing working against Austin Brooks. Brooks getting a lot of playing time today. He's harassing Ewing. Lewis has been quiet offensively for Wyoming over to Levin. He's going to drive. Shut off. Ewing, a wide open 3. No. Loose ball. Kicked out off of Wesley Clemmons. It's going to stay Wyoming basketball.
About 4 people touched that one off the rebound. Clemmons couldn't get a handle on it at the end either. Boy, if Southern could just get that one again. You know, they're so close, Darren. We keep saying it.
40-38, new shot clock for Wyoming. They go inside and they call Jamaal Foster on the push. He was getting him with the, giving him the business with the knee. Coach Lowery and company just hanging around, just hanging around.
Well, that's team foul number 20 on the Salukis.
Ike Okoye, the freshman, going to the line. He's 5 of 9 on the season. And we talked about the strategy.
0 for 2 today.
He's 0 for 2. Again, 40-38, Okoye. Free throw is up and good. So Okoye hits the second. The lead is back up to 3. Tony Young working against Ewing. Southern with a chance to pull even with a tray. Tony finds Foster over to Boyle. Where the point's going to come from here. Jamaal Tatum on the bench, Matt Shaw on the bench. We haven't seen much of Mike Dale either. He played first half, have not seen him in the second half. Inside to Boyle. Over to Clemmons. Wesley driving baseline, strong to the hoop, can't get it to fall. Gets his own board. Wesley Clemmons. Tremendous effort here in the second half.
You got to applaud the effort from Wesley Clemmons going in there, the freshman, and getting his own board.
Wesley will go to the line for 1-and-1 when we come back. 7:54 remaining. It's Wyoming 41, Southern 38. You're watching Saluki basketball on MediaCom. 7:54 to go. Southern trails Wyoming 41-38. Offensively challenged again for the Salukis, 13 of 45 from the field. That's 29% shooting. We have not seen much from Mike Dale, as in not at all in the second half.
Well, Dale came into the game averaging about 28 points per contest. He's no points today, and he's 0 for 2. And Austin Brooks getting a lot of playing time. He'd only averaged about 6 minutes per game.
So Mike Dale comes into the game averaging 9 points a game. As Thad said, 28 minutes of action. Not happening for Mike. Coach must not have been happy with something that went on in the first half. Wesley Clemmons has been a big spark plug here the last few minutes. Has a chance to pull Southern within one, but he can't hit the free throw.
He can get the rebound, though.
There's our guy crashing into the scorer's tail of Tatum. Finding Tony Boyle, and he gets rejected by Williams. The human eraser does it again.
Boyle doing a good job of going up strong, just overmatched by Okoye and Williams on that one.
Now Southern down 3, needing another stop. Williams back on the floor. Tony Young with the steal. He has Clemmons ahead. The run out and the foul. Could not get the flush to fall.
Clemmons was holding on to the rim to keep from flipping over after the foul. He kicked Jamaal Tatum in the face. How many times have we talked about Jamaal? Boy, he's a tough player. Watch the kick out. Tony Young gets held at first, grabs the jersey, and then he finally finds Clemmons running the court. Wesley wanted to dunk it.
He went up and had the dunk.
Watch him come around, and Jamaal in the follow-up runs right into him.
JT is taking a beating today, and Wesley looks like he's a little worse for the wear as well. He's going to take a couple seconds to get cleaned up.
Well, we got 3 Salukis sitting at the scorer's bench ready to check in. It'll be Mullins, Shaw, and Falker after Clemmons shoots his free throws.
Got to knock these down. He missed one just moments ago. Now he has a chance to pull SIU within one. Knocks down the first one. Shaw and Falker replacing Boyle and Foster. So running the bigs in 2 at a time here.
And Mullins will check in for Clemmons, so all Wesley's got to do is make it, and he'll get a well-deserved rest.
Absolutely. 41-39 Wyoming. Clemmons a chance to cut it to 1. Can't do it. Levin pulls down the rebound. 41-39, 7:20 to play. Cowboys bringing up Levin with Clemmons on him. Lewis has Williams down low, doesn't look his way. Over to Ewing. Clemmons on him. Lewis again to Levin. Back up top to Ewing. Shot clock approaching 10. Lewis over to Ewing. Tony Young on him. He's got a screen, doesn't take it. Ewing throws it up, can't get it to fall. Matt Shaw, huge rebound there for Southern.
Shaw held his ground on the first shot attempt, coming away with the board.
Again, big possession for the Dogs. They can tie it or take the lead. You just have a feeling if they could get that lead, they've got a shot down the stretch here. 6.5 to play, Dogs down a pair. Tatum looking for Shaw up top.
Shot clock down to 11.
Looks like they may have gone a little soft man-to-man. Kickoff Clemmons. Tatum saves it.
Got to look at the shot clock. 4.
Got to get it off.
Matt will shoot it. Nope.
Oh, and again, the 3rd time today that Southern has a shot clock violation go against it, and Coach Lowery is on fire. He is upset.
Well, and every right to be so. That play took forever to develop. Southern didn't know what they were running on offense. He was directing Shaw out to get the pass, and Southern just out of sync. Ball kicked away, and you got to realize, and you got to look up at the shot clock.
Absolutely, got to be aware of what's going on in the game. 41-39, just over 6 minutes to play, and again, Southern just can't get over the hump.
Slipping away.
Levin
Those big possessions.
tries to throw it off of Ewing. No, that's Okoye with the bucket. Levin saved it in. Okoye gets the bucket, and it's back up to a 4-point game.
Yeah, just things going the Cowboys' way so far, but Southern hanging around.
Mullins gets a screen from Shaw. Passes on the 3 this time over to Tatum. Down low to Falker. Spins on Williams, and how about Randal Falker taking it to the big fella?
Like the little hook shot from Randal.
Randal pulls Southern back within a pair, 43-41. Lewis handles out top. Over to Levin. Tatum on him. Jones looking inside. Okoye. Levin's going to fire up a three. No. Okoye with the rebound, but he lost it, got it back. 5:10 to play. Cowboys with another possession.
Cowboy crowd starting to get into it.
He is called for traveling. Great effort for Bryan Mullins to jump in the passing lane, and that's a big defensive stop for the Dogs.
21 turnovers for Wyoming.
Looks like Coach Lowery wants a timeout.
Full timeout.
It's going to be a full timeout. Dogs trail it by 2 with 5:06 to play. You're watching Saluki basketball on MediaCom. 5:06 to play here in Laramie. 43-41, the Cowboys have the lead, but Southern has the ball down just 2. The shooting has improved ever so slightly. Southern up now to 30%, but that, when I look at 13 turnovers, 11 of those came in the first half. Southern taking much better care of the ball, even if they can't get it to fall.
Yeah, just that last one was the shot clock violation. You just got to have that good court awareness. Southern will have the ball down by 2. They forced 21 turnovers against Wyoming. Again, 10 fouls on Southern, 8 on Wyoming, so free throws could be a huge factor in this game, Darren.
43-41, again, we keep talking about it. The SIU football team not faring well at Appalachian State. Southern trailing it 38-17 with about 2:58 left in the fourth quarter. So the Dog season looks like it may come to an end today. Another great run for Jerry Kill and company for the Salukis.
Can't say enough about that. All those seniors on that ball club and everything that Coach Kill and his club has done.
Southern down 2, looking for the tie, could take the lead with a 3. Big trip here, Shaw all alone, gets it to fall, and we are tied. Matt Shaw on the back door.
Well, Williams tries as Okoye on the block attempt on that one, but Shaw is powerful. He's a physical guy.
43 all, 4:40 to play. Dogs looking for another stop.
Finally tied it up there.
Now see if they can stop Jones. Gets in trouble underneath. Williams loses it. Shaw, who's got it? Williams has got it, and they call a jump ball. They do have a foul. They call Randal Falker. That is Falker's 4th personal foul. Williams will go to the line, but again, that's not necessarily a bad thing for Southern. Williams, a 44% free throw shooter on the season.
Nobody up off of Southern's bench yet. Falker with 4, Tony Young still in there with the 4 fouls as well.
One problem with that strategy, if that is indeed, you run out of fouls eventually. So again, you see the coaches telling the team to block out. Williams misses the front end. Southern with a chance. They can corral this rebound, maybe to take the lead.
Tony Boyle's on the bench with 4 fouls for Southern as well.
Williams gets the second to roll home. 44-43 Cowboys.
Well, Southern tied it up. Now an opportunity to take the lead. We kept saying if they can hang around, 4:20 to go.
Shaw over to Falker. Looking for Mullins, the slip. Mullins gets into the lane and swatted away by Williams. We've said that a few times today. Jones taking it all the way, and Matt Shaw returns the favor.
Saluki basketball on that one, 11 blocks for Wyoming.
And that one looked like it may have gone off Randal Falker's hands, but the Salukis get a call on the road.
Yeah, the Cowboy crowd not too happy with this call. Wyoming pushing into the court. You said Matt Shaw with the return of the favor of the block. See if it did. Don't know if it went off Falker. We'll take it.
No kidding. Mullins getting the offense started. Tatum for 3, and that has to be a foul.
Call a foul, right?
That has to be a foul as we are going to go to a immediate timeout. Williams blocks the shot on Tatum, knocks him down to the floor. No call, and we're going to head to the final media timeout. Southern trails it 44-43. Saluki ball when we come back. You're watching SIU basketball on MediaCom. (44-43) Cowboys, 3:49 to play. Southern has the basketball, a chance to take the lead. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Big, big possession for the Dogs.
Oh, we don't keep track of big possessions in the stat book, but there have been numerous occasions.
Wyoming's hit on 5 of 10 from three-point range today. Southern just 1 of 12. Bryan Mullins brings it into the front court. Tatum, host of Cowboys around him, works his way lane. Tony has a three from the top, and it's good. Tony Young struggled all day, but knocks down the triple. SIU has the lead, 46-44.
How about making it count when you need it? Tony Young with just his 5th point of the night, but nothing bigger than that three for Southern right now.
Now they get the lead. What happens defensively for the Dogs? Lewis has a lane to the basket. No, and Matt Shaw with a strong rebound. He has been outstanding down low. 7
boards for the big man.
Dogs with a 2-point lead and a chance to add to it. We haven't said that in a while.
Well, they're 2-0 off of the fast break from Bryan Mullins out on the opening drive.
I told you, it's been a while. Mullins, oh, and they call Anderson. Oh, and they call Matt Shaw on the foul for the hook. I thought they were going to get Anderson for the hold. Instead, it is Shaw with the foul. Anderson's going to shoot a pair. Let's take a look at it.
A peek on the Coleman Roads instant replay. Shaw's going to be camping in the middle. Boy, I don't know.
He called him for the hook, but there wasn't much of a hook there. It looked more like a chicken wing or something, but I don't see. It's a tough call. 3 minutes left, but Wyoming has a chance to tie or go back up top. 2:50 to play. Jones working inside. Surrounded by Salukis, and he finds Williams, and he gets clubbed by Tony Young, and that's 5 for Young. Tony is not going to let anybody get an easy basket in when he's around, but that is number 5 on Tony.
15, Tony Young. His 5th.
Good job by Southern trapping down neat, down low, and finally get it to Williams. Tony Young giving up a lot of height against Williams. Good aggressive foul. It's number 5.
Tony goes to the bench with 5 points, including the 3 that put the Salukis ahead just 45 seconds ago. Williams back to the line. We've talked about the struggles. Cowboys just 7 of 17 from the stripe today. Williams, a 44% shooter on the season, and that wasn't even close.
That's why. Barely hits the front of the rim on that one.
He'll get a second. Dogs up a pair.
Southern's 4-0 all time against Wyoming.
Including wins each of the last 2 years, knocks down the second, so Dogs up 1.
Came in here 2 years ago, 67-62, and then an 81-69 win at the SIU Arena last year.
Bryan Mullins over to Falker. Finds Shaw, back to Tatum. Working his way, and they're going to call Anderson with the block.
How about Southern going to the line one of these times? Tatum.
Chris Anderson.
Jamaal with a chance to put the Salukis back up 3 with 2.5 to play. Jamaal struggled a bit from the line today. He's 3 of 6. Uncharacteristic for JT. Normally, he's about an 83% shooter on the season coming in.
Well, Chris Lowery and company wanted their team to come in here and just play hard, and that's what they're doing. It's foul number 5 for Anderson, so one of the Cowboys big men checks out, but they got plenty of big men to replace him. Boyle's back into the game.
Poirier, the freshman, 6'8", comes back in.
Williams has 4 fouls. 11-3.
Jamaal Tatum with a 1-and-1, a chance to put the Dogs up top by 2 and 3. First one, money. JT looks smooth on that one.
Wyoming crowd giving Tatum a hard time, but he's focused. He made a crowd of 5,599, just about the average. This place holds 15,000 here.
Tatum second on the way and good. Jamaal has 18. Southern has a 3-point lead.
When they fill this place up, it becomes the 3rd or the 5th largest city in the state of Wyoming when they get 15,000 people in this place.
Ewing working on Mullins. Again, that matchup of freshmen. 2:15 to play. Inside to Williams, double teamed immediately. Jones is going to take it into the lane, up against Shaw, nothing happening. Williams gets the rebound, and they're going to call Mullins with the reach in.
That'll be number 3 on him. Falker was in there also. He's got 4 for Southern, but it is Mullins reaching from behind.
That's going to send Justin Williams back to the line. He's 2 for 4 over the last couple possessions here. He has a chance to bring Wyoming within 1. He knocks down the first one. That's a 44% shooter that just stroked that one home.
It looked like he knew what he was doing on that one. Couldn't get more picture perfect on that free throw.
We'll see on the second one. It's been a 50-50 proposition with him. And he rattles the second home, 48-47. SIU, 2:05 to play. And this small crowd here starts to make some noise as the Cowboys needing to stop. Southern, Mullins all the way to the hoop, but Ewing pokes it away from behind. That saves an easy Saluki bucket.
Well, Ewing was all over Mullins with the hand check. We've seen some of those ticky-tack fouls. Watch Mullins just finally gets through. Hey, I'll go by it. Had a good look to the lane, too.
Wesley Clemmons to inbound it. 1:55 to play. Clemmons looking. Clemmons still looking. He has Tatum. Tatum with a screen from Falker. Going to reset. 20 on the shot clock. JT working up top. Matt Shaw fakes into the lane, over to Falker, and it's out of bounds. Salukis turn it over. They're 14th of the game, but just third of the second half. Now Wyoming has a chance to retake the lead.
Well, Shaw drove through the lane, got it tipped away, and Falker didn't see it rolling out. Turnover Southern.
Jones brings it up. Minute and a half to play. Southern needing another defensive stand. Ewing over to Ebert. Ebert working on Clemmons. Down low, shut off. Back to Jones. Gonna work the baseline again. He's got Ewing open for three. Can't connect, and Falker grabs the rebound. Ewing nearly comes up with the steal, and Jamaal Tatum.
Good job by Tatum.
Great job by JT to come up with the loose ball and get the TO. And tell what I like to see. Mike Dale hasn't been in the second half, but he's the first guy off the bench greeting his teammates.
Gives Tatum a high five, and just watch this sequence here. Mullins with a good job getting in Ewing's face. You wondered, somebody grab it. It's finally Falker who does. Gets it out, and then Ewing right back in there to knock it away. Finally, Tatum on the ground, loose ball. Go down and get it. Get on the floor. Calls the timeout.
You mentioned a comparison of Ewing to Darren Brooks, and that's something that over the last 4 years we saw Darren Brooks do quite a bit of, just kind of hang around and sneak in and steal that outlet pass. But JT with the alert effort to pick up the loose ball and to avoid that turnover.
Tough to really compare anybody to DB. As great of a career he had at Southern, but yeah, the freshman Ewing does show signs of that. You know, he comes in and gets about almost 6 rebounds per game as a 6'2" freshman.
1:15 to play. Dawgs up 1. SIU possession. 32 seconds left on the shot clock, so Southern has plenty of time. If they could get a bucket here, really go a long way to getting this big road win.
And you want that to go back home. They've struggled on the road. Just a great effort here. Got to come away with this win.
Gut check time in Laramie. Crowd trying to get back into it. Southern up 1 as we drop under a minute. Mullins up top, under 15 on the shot clock. Spin move into the lane. He has Falker, and he throws it home.
I don't know how he got it in between Okoye and Williams. Falker with good physical ability. Ball rolled in.
Avoids the shot block and squeezes it home. Dawgs up 3, 40 seconds to play. It's Jones. Ebert for 3, no.
Don't foul.
2 Cowboys fight over the rebound, and that's a break for Southern. Huge defensive stop there, and then 2 Cowboys knock it out, and it's SIU ball up 3.
Boy, you had to kind of hold your breath when Ebert got free for that 3 in and out of the rim. And Wyoming had position on the rebound, but like you said, Dan, 2 guys in white shirts battling for it and knocked it out of bounds. See if Wyoming commit a quick foul, 34.5 on the clock.
Steve McClain ushering Cowboys in and out, trying to do a little offense for defense. Williams goes to the bench. He doesn't want him to pick up a 5th foul here in clearly a fouling situation. And coach trying to direct traffic for the Cowboys. We have the freshman, Ross Foreman, checking into the game. Dawgs ball, length of the floor, 34-5 left in this one.
Number one thing, just get it inbounds.
Have to get it inbounds.
Oh, it's wide open down the court. Randal Falker. Catch it.
Run.
Patience. Dunk.
Two-handed flush. Dunk you very much, Randal Falker. 52-47. Dawgs, 30 seconds to play.
Call that play home run.
Ewing trying to get inside. Lewis all alone for 3. Timeout, Cowboys. Lewis, a clutch 3-pointer pulls Wyoming back. Wyoming's back within 2, 25 seconds to play. We're going to take a break here. Timeout on the floor. Dawgs up 2, 25 seconds left. You're watching Saluki basketball on Mediacom. Randal Falker with the flush, putting Southern up 5, but just seconds later, it's Kevin Lewis knocking down the 3, and almost nail-biting time here in Laramie. SIU up 52-50. Dawgs trying to head home after a 5-game road trip with a 3-3 record. They're going to have to hit some free throws here down the stretch.
Not a bigger shot coming from Kevin Lewis. I still think it hit off the backboard from the corner, and the 3 went in.
All right, Wesley Clemmons will be the trigger man. Southern, as you mentioned earlier, first thing you got to do is get the ball in. Last time they had the home run pass to Falker. What will happen here? Wesley running the baseline, and they're going for the touchdown to Mullins.
Take it out.
Oh, smart play by the freshman. He's going to dribble it out. They try to foul him, and Foreman finally chases Mullins down with the foul, and what a heady play by the freshman.
How do you get beat twice on the, the long full court pass? But Mullins, yeah, he could have went up and took it. It would have been a tough shot. He did have a defender there, but boy, freshman showing some great poise and taking it out. He'll go to the line. Bryan's 1 for 2 tonight.
He's going to shoot 2, a chance to put the Dawgs up 4. That's a big one. The first one makes it a 3-point game. Mullins showing poise beyond his years.
Chris Lowery calling out the play there at Southern. You know they're going to put on some full court pressure with under 20 seconds to go.
Yep. Try to get Wyoming to waste as much time as possible. Mullins a chance to make this a 2-possession game. Ebert's going to check back in for Wyoming.
Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he hit a pair of 3s earlier. Plus that substitution makes Mullins think about it a little longer. We'll see what the freshman from Downers Grove. Not happy, but Jamaal Tatum with the rebound and the fouls on Justin Williams, and that's 5 on the big fella. JT tracking down the rebound.
Look at Ebert. He can't believe it. He's got his hands on his head at the free throw line for Wyoming. They had a 13-point lead early in the first half. Southern just clawed back, stayed in it. Darren, you said if they could just kind of tie it up, get the lead, and they've held the lead since.
Now Jamaal Tatum going to the line. He's 5 of 8 today. 83% shooter coming in on the season from the line. He has a chance to make this a 2-possession game. Williams is done. His night ends with 8 points, 7 rebounds, and a whole handful of block shots. Jamaal Tatum, Dawgs up 3, a chance to make it a 2-possession game. First one on the way, and that's money. JT makes it a 54-50 game. Coach Lowery telling everybody to get back. He wants no fouls here. You just really want to keep those guys from running up the floor and throwing one in quickly, but no fouls right here.
JT averaging 19.5. He's got 20 tonight.
Tatum knocks them both down, 55-50. Ewing hurrying into the front court. Got away with something there. Over to Ebert, wide open 3, and it's good.
That's the guy they want.
55-53, 9 seconds to play. Southern, first of all, needs to get the ball inbounds.
Matt Shaw's open
Matt
on this
Shaw
side.
is open, he slips.
Oh, they're going to call him with a travel.
And that is a travel. Wyoming gets the ball back. 8.3 seconds left.
Referee helping Shaw up.
Wow.
I'm not sure that, let's see it again. When does he fall and when does he catch the ball? Can't see it on that shot, but it looked like Darren, he was already laying on the ground and he kind of slipped and sat down.
He slipped. They're going to wipe up the floor now. 8.3 left. Wyoming now a chance to steal this one. 55-53. The Cowboys are going to sub Ike Okoye. He's coming into the game for the freshman Foreman. Foreman leaves. Okoye into the game. Dawgs up a pair, needing one more defensive stop.
Well, look at Mullins. He's playing off the ball to give some defensive help. They don't want to give up a lob on the inside. Watch out for Ebert. Throw it away off of Wyoming. Southern basketball.
Ebert tried to force it in, may have had a shot there, but Saluki basketball with 5.5 seconds left. Jones comes back into the game for the Cowboys. 5.5 left, and this one can't get over with soon enough for Saluki Nation. 55-53 Dawgs. And we have some sort of issue. Ebert's going to the bench. They couldn't figure out who the guy was coming off. So 5.5 to play. Salukis need to get the ball in bounds.
They've got the 6'6" Lewis on the inbound pass. Southern needs to get in.
Shaw's
got it
open
this
again,
time.
and Matt Shaw will go to the line. Shaw came into the game an 85% free throw shooter. He has 2 chances to put SIU up 3 or maybe even better, up 4.
We'll take that.
55-53. Dawgs trying to pull one out on the road. As Thad mentioned earlier, Southern trailed by 13 in the first half. Just kind of hung around, and despite shooting 34%, they have a chance to steal this one on the road. Matt Shaw, first one on the way. That's money. Matt Shaw.
Some redemption for the big man. Went down with the traveling call. Now he's got a chance to put 2 free throws in. Southern will pull everybody back.
This is the big one, trying to make it a 2-possession game with 4.5 seconds left. Shaw gets it to go. Matt Shaw may have just put the nail in this coffin. 57-53. No fouls here from the Dawgs, and that one will not go. And SIU, the Salukis, pull out a win on the road. 57-53. The Dawgs celebrate a road win. Wesley, Clemmons, and company enjoying this one. Dawgs take it 57-53. We'll be back with your post-game show right after this. Saluki basketball on Mediacom.